Hi, everyone. This is Vanessa, also known as the International Immigrant, and welcome to my podcast. This is a place where we discuss everything immigration related, from the desire to work in another country for a few years to test the waters, to studying abroad in the hopes of opening up some opportunities, and of course, full immigration with a cargo container of furniture and a residence visa stamped in your passport. If this is the first time and you want to know who I am and why I started this podcast, please watch or listen to the first episode, as there are both audio and video versions available. So today, I'm very excited because I've been waiting for this one. I'm going to be chatting to a student of mine who's actually become a friend of mine that I met teaching online, Pelin. And I just loved our first conversation so much. And I'm super excited that she is embarking on a journey that is so very close to my own heart. So Pelin is from Turkey, and she just arrived in Toronto in Canada like 10 days ago to be reunited with her husband after 5 months of separation. He's studying there. Due to the pandemic, Pelin is currently in quarantine in their home, still away from her husband. And so she has to just finish another 4 days, I think, until she can experience a different culture together with him. So today we're going to talk about traveling during a pandemic, the difficulties in being apart from someone that you love, and her expectations of life in Canada. So please welcome Pelin. It is so good to see you.
Yeah, hi, Vanessa. It's good to see you too.
Thank you. So I know I gave a big, lengthy introduction, but just let us know like what you do, your current situation, how things are for you at the moment.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pelin, and I am a sculptor. And I graduated Faculty of Fine Arts and Department of Sculpture. And I have a master degree, some of part in Turkey, some of part in France. And in the same time, I improve myself in the graphic design and illustration. And there are 4 children's storybooks that I have illustrated.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And I usually work freelance in municipalities, galleries, publishers, or studio. Yeah. And I'm in Canada now.
I love that. I love that. I'm so happy you're in Canada now. I want to be jealous, but I'm so happy for you that I can't be jealous. So tell us, how was it being apart from your husband for so long?
First of all, of course, it wasn't easy, and we missed so much each other during that times. And but actually, it was something we have experiencing before, because we studied in different country, and he studied in Poland while I'm studying in Turkey.
Wow!
And yeah, we had separated for a long time. And in that time, it was really, really hard and so intense for us. But it was never the same. It gets better by the time. And when we realized that, we are happy, and we had hope for our future. We still have now here, and we always know we can definitely get together again. We always know that. And all this time will be soon. And yeah, this was our motivation. And I think it was hard for him than I was, because he was alone in Canada, and I was with my family in Turkey. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the person that is completely alone, new environment, new people. It's also a pandemic. I know, and I don't know if anybody else knows about this,
Mhm.
because we are recording, for those of you listening, we are recording this podcast just 3 days, I think, before it will go to air. So right at the
Mhm.
moment, Canada is in quite a severe lockdown. So, you know, your
Mhm.
husband would not have been able to do some sightseeing and do some things that would normally make it easier when you are alone in a new
Yeah,
place.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely.
How did the pandemic change or prolong your plans? Like, did it actually change them, or did everything go smoothly?
Actually, it's not changed, but yeah, it literally prolonged our future plans. There was no pandemic when we started and ended his process with the application and other things.
Mhm.
And his process took 5 or 6 months.
Mhm.
And then pandemic happened.
Wow.
And he couldn't come to Canada because borders were closed.
Mhm.
And he started his education as online and completed his 1 semester in Turkey.
Okay.
And we decided to go to Canada separately because it was easier for us.
Mhm.
And we thought he can find a job, he can find our home before I go, blah, blah. And after he arrived to Canada, I had a lot of things to do because of the pandemic. Came to Canada. It was not difficult thing, but not too much things I must to do. And yeah, and here we are now.
Good. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But tell me, how was traveling during the pandemic? Because I had to do it in December. So that was still 12 months or 11 months after the pandemic started. But how was traveling during the pandemic for you?
It was a little bit scary because
Really?
all the face shield and the all mask. And in the airport, everywhere almost closed. Yeah, and I had to wear all things for about 17 hours.
17 hours, but wait, didn't you fly directly from Istanbul to Toronto?
Yeah, but I have to stay about 5 hours in the Istanbul.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the transit.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it was a little bit hard for me, but I was lucky because my plane was not crowded. And I just slept during the whole flight.
That's so good, because when I came in December, and it's before Christmas, so that's why things are a bit more crowded, my plane was basically almost fully booked. There was no space. I had people all over me. I had to take 2 planes. One, I think, was 7 hours, and the second one was 11 hours. Everything was closed in Amsterdam. I had to buy a plug to charge my laptop because they didn't have international plugs. The place, the part of the airport where you could plug in an international plug was closed. Like, you could barely get food. You could barely get anything.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
I know. And I mean, thank God I bought, for anybody that's listening or watching and you are going to travel, seriously, do not wear any of those little cotton masks that you buy. I saw you, Pelin, at the airport, and you had like the one from the pharmacy. And I traveled with like the hospital one from the pharmacy. It is so much easier to breathe for 17 or 20 hours in those masks.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah.
Now I want to know, okay, so for those of you that are listening and watching, Canada has a policy that anybody flying into Canada has to quarantine in a hotel, and they get a test at the airport. They have to go straight
Mhm.
to a hotel, to a special hotel that has an arrangement with the government, and they have to
Mhm.
quarantine there for up to 3 days, but they can leave once the results of their COVID test is in. How was the hotel
Yeah.
experience?
And I stayed in Marriott, and
Mhm.
it was a good experience for me. Everything was clean, and food was good, and bed was really, really comfortable. And
Okay,
they
good.
they provided a shuttle for me from airport to hotel,
Mhm.
and they gave me 3 times meal a day,
Okay.
and so it was good. I'm very happy about it because I hear a lot of things and bad things
Yeah.
about the hotel before I came. Yeah, but however, it was very expensive for the international travelers like us, I think.
It is very expensive. I mean, you told me
Yeah.
what you were paying, which is a lot less than some of the stories that I have read.
Uh-huh.
You only stayed in the hotel for one night.
No, I paid 3 nights.
Did you stay all 3 nights?
I just stayed 2 nights, and
Okay.
I go to in the my third day because my results are coming negative.
Did they give you a refund for the third night?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
So this is some of the stuff that I've also heard. Like some people, they will get their results in one day after one night, and there is no
Mhm.
refund for that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No refund and fully prepaid. They wrote everywhere.
Oh my God. I'm so glad that your experience at the hotel was pretty good, apart
Mhm.
from not getting a refund for that third night. Um,
Mhm.
because I have I don't read a lot of negative stuff. It's not something that I engage in, but I mean, from time to time,
Yeah.
I do see little terrible stories about this situation going on. But
Mhm.
I think that a lot of media look for these terrible situations because there are probably, I don't know, I could be wrong, anywhere from maybe 20 to 100 people coming, well, maybe about, let's say 20 people coming into Canada on any day. And you'll hear
Mhm.
one story and there's like 100 other people that haven't said that it was bad. So,
Yeah, that's true.
okay, so you're still in quarantine. How is it going?
A little bit boring. But yeah, because I'm stuck in the house, in the room,
In a
not
room?
house.
You're stuck in a
Yeah,
room. I know.
yeah. And but it goes very good. I'm in 10 day of my quarantine,
Mhm.
and I have still more 4 days. And my husband and I, we stay in the same house, but I have to stay in a separate room
Mhm.
with a private bathroom.
Mhm.
And he prepares all my food, and
Sweet.
he gives me from behind the door, and
Yes.
so we can see each other just few minutes from away. And yeah, and in the that time, but I always wear my mask.
You guys are
Yeah.
amazing. You guys are so good because so many people are not doing these kinds of things. And I understand because when I go back to Canada, and I don't know
Mm-hmm.
when that will be, I mean, I will be super cautious as well. I will not want to do anything that I am not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that. But let me ask you, I want to see what your answer is. I'm so excited about this question. What is the first thing that you'll do after getting out of quarantine?
um, of course, I want to hug my husband. And first thing this.
Oh my God, I
And
love that. Okay.
but I ride a bicycle in the neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah, I want to go somewhere green, and maybe like near Lake Ontario. I don't know.
So tell me about your location. Like, don't mention what suburb you're in or anything. Just tell me, are you in the city? Are you kind of outside of the city, more in the suburbs? Do you have a lot of houses around you, or are they all apartment buildings?
And all things is the little houses in there. And we have location in the east, and we little bit far from the downtown.
Okay.
Maybe 30 minutes. Yeah.
So you are in a suburb of.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're renting a basement apartment in a house.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I did, but I assume that you have your own kitchen, whereas I had to share my kitchen.
We have to share our kitchen.
Oh, okay. With the people in the house?
No, just the basement.
Sharing the kitchen with who?
In our basement, we have 3 rooms and 2 private bathrooms, and we rent one room.
Okay.
And with private bathrooms.
Okay.
So if find someone the rent other rooms, we must share our kitchen.
Okay, but at the moment,
him or her.
At the moment, the other rooms are vacant.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So at the moment, you have the whole apartment to yourself until they. Okay.
And my husband stay another room.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Wow. So you and I mean the suburbs of of Canada and Ontario, because I was living in London, which is a city that's about 2 hours southwestish of Toronto. And the suburbs are amazing. And if anybody wants to know, go to my Instagram page and go down a little bit, and you will see pictures that I posted of like the suburbs. It's so beautiful and green. I don't know what it's like in comparison to like Istanbul, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about that. But I came from San Jose in Costa Rica, which is a very dirty city. So it seemed even cleaner to me when I got there.
Yeah, really?
So I don't know if, do you have a window in the bedroom?
Yeah, I have little window.
Does it look clean and nice outside?
I can see in the sun now.
Okay, so tell me, apart from hugging your husband, which I totally understand, and going for a ride around the neighborhood, what are you looking forward to, like over the next 6 months, for example? What are you looking forward to?
That's a very good question. I don't think one thing, but I'm very exciting for everything about Canada. Yeah, meeting people and experiencing in different culture and trying all foods and seeing arts and sculpture in here. And yeah, the things I don't know makes me curious. And of course, I want to see Niagara Falls.
Of course.
Yeah.
And just wait, Pelin, because okay, it's June. Will you be in Canada at Christmas time in December?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my God, Pelin, just wait. Niagara Falls at Christmas. Everything lights up. The falls have different colored lights on them. They have this whole long road with the most amazing things that are lit up, and you get in your car and you just drive slowly behind everybody else, and it is amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I will give you some hints and tips after this later on, because there's just so much amazing stuff to see. And I loved Christmas there, man. I missed it because I left on the 6th of December and I came to South Africa where there is nothing Christmas. Nobody does anything.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a big change.
Okay, so tell, before I ask your next question, tell everybody who is listening what I have told you to do in Canada as one of the first things that you need to do. You remember?
Yeah, get to get a big bagel and
Yes.
in Tim Hortons with coffee.
Get a bagel and coffee at Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I cannot have it myself, so you have to explain to me when you've had it. I need you to take a picture for me and send it to me with you in Tim Hortons.
Yeah, of course I will. I will do that.
So you've mentioned, when I asked you what you're looking for, you said, okay, you're looking forward to seeing things like Niagara Falls and to go around. But in Canada, have you done any research about like anywhere else that you want to go? Is everything sort of focused on Ontario, or would you like to go to other provinces and see some other things?
Yeah, of course. I would like to see in the Alberta province.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to in there see all green and natural parks, forests, because I love nature and I hope they're drawing all beautiful things. And I would like to camping, hiking in the forest. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Lake Louise, which I think is in British Columbia. It's kind of up there. I think the Canadian Rockies are in British Columbia and Alberta, I think, and they've got
I hear
the
that.
national park, the National Canadian Park, and they've Banff, they've got there, and Lake Louise, and that was something that I didn't see, that I would like to see. And have you heard about the Northern Lights?
Yeah. And I love aurora borealis.
Yeah. As soon as it gets a little bit cold, I didn't have a car there, so I was kind of restricted to if friends could take me somewhere. But as soon as it starts to get a little bit cold and you've got some time, like just drive up to Quebec and just find somewhere where you can try and see those Northern Lights.
Yeah, I definitely do it.
Oh my God, I'm going to live vicariously through you if I don't get back soon. Okay. Oh, so now, unfortunately, I'm going to take it down a little bit and say, how difficult has it been to leave your family behind?
It is very difficult, I think. Yeah. There have a lot of sadness inside. I had experience living away from home to Poland or France. I stayed and separated 1 year from my family. But this is definitely different. Yeah, definitely different because Canada is too far away from my home country.
Very far.
Yeah, and I bought a ticket one direction in the first time in my life.
One way? You bought a one-way ticket? Oh my God.
Yeah,
wow.
Without a return. Yeah. And I'm under the influence still, but I hope it will get easier with time. Yeah.
Well, I will say this. I have been gone 18 years. It definitely gets easier with time. If you are happy in the country that you are in, it is so much easier. My first immigration, I was so unhappy. I was unhappy for 4 years, so it made it difficult for 4 years. And then I went to Australia, and I was just so happy from the time that I got there that it just gets so much easier. And you start to look around, like watch Pelin. When you get out, you will look at things and go, oh my God. Like my mother would love this, or my friend, or my brother or sister. When they come to visit, I must show them.
Yeah.
So it definitely gets easier. So do you have any fears about this part of your life?
I don't know. Of course I have. I think one of them, not being able to find a job in my profession.
Right.
Yeah, because the pandemic ruined the system and the whole system.
Right.
Yeah. And second one, maybe the language barrier. Yeah, it feels like sometimes I'm afraid to not being able to express myself fully. Yeah.
Well, let me put one of those fears to bed. I am an English as a second language teacher. You know this because that is how we met. Okay. I have a whole bunch of students who would love to be able to speak English as well as you do. So I really wouldn't be worried about it if I was you. I think you are going to be just fine. The Canadians are so kind and so sweet. And there are jerks everywhere, obviously. In my last podcast with Lacey, we were talking about, asking on the streets. I mean, she's a native English speaker. She was in London. She was nervous to ask people in case somebody didn't want to help her. And I said, there's jerks everywhere. There's going to be jerks everywhere. But most of the time, and you're in the suburb, suburbs, they're so kind. They just take time. They stop. They're so nice to you. They have a slower way of speaking than the Americans do. And you'll hear like, oh, where are you from, eh? And like, tell me, oh, you're a long way from home. And like, they'll actually engage with you about a conversation. They'll make you feel so good about yourself because that's what they did for me. So please don't worry about the language barrier. And just keep applying for teaching jobs at colleges. Like Toronto has a whole bunch of arts colleges and there are schools there. Like if you're legally allowed to work there, just keep applying for jobs until you're an art teacher.
Yeah. I hope so.
But you have like such a good attitude and I'm just so happy for you. I'm just so very happy for you. I have no more questions to ask, but is there anything that you want to say? Anything that I haven't asked or anything that you wanted to mention?
Actually, no, not too much.
I mean, with being in quarantine and having very little experience at the moment of going out, there's probably not much more to say, but I want
and text Gant. Yeah, text Gant. We have a social media and internet.
Yes.
In this century, we can see each other, and when we want it, my family and with my family, and it definitely everything easier makes it easier.
Absolutely. And having your husband there, having somebody that you love, that knows you, that you know, makes any immigration a lot easier when you have someone right beside you who is going through the same thing with you.
Yeah.
So for those listening and watching, we're going to check in with Pelin in about a month to 6 weeks after this one. I would just monitor how the lockdown goes. And then we're going to check in and we're going to have another podcast to see what her experiences are like, a month or 6 weeks down the road, to see how she's going and what her views are then. Right?
Yeah, we will do it. Yeah, right. We will do it.
Thank you so much for coming on and doing this. I was so excited about this podcast.
You are welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be here.
I am so glad that you are here too. And thank you all for listening. If you want to see the video version of this podcast, please go to my YouTube channel, International Immigrant, and subscribe so that you get updates whenever I add a new video. Please also head over and follow me on Instagram, international__immigrant. For those of you listening to this podcast, please subscribe to be notified of when I release new episodes. If you have any questions that you would like me to answer in future episodes, please feel free to ask in the comments section, on any of my platforms. And from my international immigrant journey to yours, see you next time.